10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
About how we look. It is about how we feel, how we react. So, hello everyone, this is your host Ritu and welcome back to BubbleChat Season 3. Today we are going to talk about weight and me. No. Yours as well, yours as well, yours as well. So ये इतना बड़ा यूनिवर्सल क्वेश्चन और इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर देने के लिए मेरे पास जो आज गेस्ट हैं डॉक्टर जसजीत सिंह. हेलो डॉक्टर साहब.
Hello.
So he is a senior director of Medanta Hospital and Mr. Varun Suri is there, CEO of Dr. Morepen. Welcome both of you.
Thank you.
Amazing. आज का जो ये $1 million क्वेश्चन है जिसका जवाब सारी दुनिया ढूंढ रही है, वेट. So let's wait. Let's discuss about this weight and me and yours and him. कि हम बात करने वाले हैं वेट के बारे में कि इतना बड़ा क्वेश्चन, इसका आंसर आपको मिलेगा जिसकी रिकॉर्डिंग्स दुनिया भर में चलने वाली हैं और ये रिपीट टेलीकास्ट चलेगा ही चलेगा. बिकॉज इस क्वेश्चन के सही जवाब बहुत कम लोगों के पास होते हैं. तो गूगल बाबा को बंद करके हम डॉक्टर साहब की बात सुनने वाले हैं. डॉक्टर साहब, सर.
Perfect way to start and you started at weight and me, तो वहीं से शुरू कर देते हैं.
सर, पहले मुझे आपकी जर्नी जाननी है कि पहले तो आप ये बताइए कि ये वेट एंड मी से पहले आपने ये चुना क्यों, वेट एंड मी, आपकी जर्नी क्या रही है?
So प्रोफेशनल जर्नी अगर लें तो इट्स इन माई ब्लड. हेल्थ डिजीज़ में हम जेनेटिक्स बोलते हैं और मेरा प्रोफेशनल जर्नी एंड वेयर आई एम राइट नाउ हैज़ अ लॉट टू डू विद जेनेटिक्स. The reason being, my dear father, he was heading cardiology at All India Institute of Medical Sciences, and he was a pioneer of preventive cardiology in the nation, and internationally acclaimed for his work in preventive cardiology. अब उससे हम जेनेटिक्स पे आ जाते हैं और अभी मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ and what is my passion area is prevention of diseases थ्रू वेट मैनेजमेंट. इसीलिए आज का टॉपिक हमने रखा था वेट एंड मी, और इट्स अ यूनिवर्स वी टॉकिंग अबाउट.
वी हैव वेटेड फॉर यू सर.
एग्जैक्टली. सो दैट जेनेटिक्स हैज़ कम डाउन टू मी बिकॉज जनरली हम लोग प्रिवेंशन की बात करते हैं लेकिन कोई सुनता नहीं है उसको. हम बीमारी को होने देते हैं फिर उसका इलाज करते हैं. द बेस्ट बेट इन मेडिसिन इज प्रिवेंशन ऑफ अ डिजीज़. It's the most cost-effective intervention known to humans, but we just don't do it. But इस topic से जो हम discuss करेंगे आज, I'm sure lots more people will understand why is it important and why the word weight and me and the universe of benefits we provide by weight management. Yeah.
Great. So what would you like to say about this, Varun?
I think sir has touched a very, very interesting topic and my favorite topic, which is prevention. And I think I'm very, very happy to see that prevention, his dad also has been a pioneer in prevention and cardiology, which is the biggest, one of the biggest fatal, disease in the world, which is heart disease. So I think it's going to be a lot more fun than I had thought, because if we are connecting prevention, heart disease and weight, I think we have the world with us. Lots of possibilities. So yes, very, very excited.
It's been in Medanta. How many years you were in Medanta?
So वो कह सकते हैं फीता हमने ही काटा था. So I've been there since inception, and so it would be nearing 16 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Big round of applause.
Great. And what actually inspired you about this weight management?
Again, the genetics of prevention. My father never told me you become a doctor. It was our choice because I come from a family of doctors. Everybody around is a doctor, but we were never forced. So maybe subconsciously seeing him work relentlessly towards prevention, somewhere in the back of my mind started that process. And education wise फिर बहुत चीज़ें देखी, ups downs of life, to finally reach this. And interestingly, the first publication I did, and luckily it got accepted in one of the highest impacted journals of medical science, was in the field of obesity. And that's where the journey started, and it goes back, I think, 2007 or so. And then it has been, we're here
Right.
talking about this topic. It's been a long journey.
Amazing, amazing. So now let's come to the topic, weight and me. Not too much of weight. Huh?
No waiting.
So now मेरा पहला क्वेश्चन आपसे, why do some gain weight and some not? ये सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है दुनिया में कि अगर रोटी भी सामने रख दी है तो वेट तो वैसे ही बढ़ जाना है, और ये जो हैं 4 रोटी भी खा लेंगे तो इनका कुछ नहीं होने वाला. ये कौन सी कहानी है?
तो मेरे से लोग, people who come to me, they're not patients, they're people who come to me for weight management. उनका एक typical question होता है, डॉक्टर साहब हवा और पानी भी लग जाता है. And that's exactly what she just said. Health and disease, genetics, we're back to genetics here. And the shocking fact, it shocks most people, और मैं पेशेंट को कई बार ये भी बोल देता हूँ, आप कुर्सी से मत गिर जाना जब मैं ये आंसर दूंगा, into why this has happened. And it also gives a lot of comfort to everybody who understands this answer, is that anyway in between 50 to 70% of the excess weight we gain over our lives is genetically determined. तो ये तो podium platform हो गया आपका. On top of that comes environment. अब environment में बड़ी simple 5 चीजें हैं. Diet, exercise, medicines, sleep and stress. The entire universe of metabolic medicine, चाहे आप डायबिटीज़ की बात करें, कोलेस्ट्रॉल की, ब्लड प्रेशर की, वेट की, is centered around these 5 things. तो अगर 5 कॉज हैं तो 5 सोल्यूशन ऑटोमेटिकली बन गए. So essentially, so another example is, lot of us would have been done some part of a formal education in hostels. Hostels में सब standardized है, इतने बजे उठना है, ये खाना खाना है, ये सब करना है. But everybody has a different weight. Why? It can't be anything else. So genetics is the platform on which the weight increases. So it's not just a mathematical equation कि खाना खाया और exercise की इसका balance. If that was so, we won't be sitting here. I won't have dedicated my professional career to weight management. It wouldn't have happened. So there's much more in that. And today, through your efforts and this program, we will unravel most of the common myths and give solutions to everybody who's joined in.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
So I think another very interesting topic you've got, that even 50 to 70% weight could be because of genetics. And I'm sure you'll give us the solutions. हम गिर तो रहे हैं chair से. But one question, sir, for a doctor, everything starts from a book, from knowledge, from science. And weight is such a topic, it is in everyone's mind, and it starts with a look instead of the book. So we would love to know, as normal human beings, consumers, that in doctors' world, when does this weight topic come? Is it taught from day one? Is it not taught at all? Is it linked to more of the serious diseases like heart disease, diabetes? A little bit light on that, because from what I heard is that sometime back weight was not even considered a disease, or it was not even a topic in college, in medical schools. Any light on that?
That's amazingly insightful. In these few sentences, you put in so much of insight into this very topic. In us, we knew forever weight is an issue. Weight is an issue. It's a universe of impact on a human being. That's where the topic. So she asked me, weight and me क्यों? Because it's centered around you. It's centered around me. And when we come to the impact part of it, we'll understand the spectrum of impact that weight has on a human being. So coming back to your question, is that the impact of weight was known, but initially we were just trying to save lives because of serious diseases, and you rightly said cardiovascular disease, heart attack, stroke, kidney failure, these were the main things we were trying to tackle. And we didn't have any solution for weight. Now, if I ask all the 100 or 200 people who are sitting here, I ask them, why do you gain weight? The same answer. I've already answered that, yes, genetics is important, but everybody would say, eat less and exercise more. So that's what culturally we have started believing, that weight is just a matter of that. And there is nothing more you can do. Coming to the solution, if diet and exercise was so easy to do, everybody would lose weight. But now we're talking more about weight because we have solutions to that. जब भी एक problem का solution आ जाता है ना, then the problem also is recognized. All textbooks used to say, when you enumerate risk factors for diabetes, cardiovascular disease, kidney failure, सब में weight top पे है. But when you keep on reading the text, you'll find you just need to lose weight. Orthopedics के पास गए, घुटने में दर्द है, orthopedic डॉक्टर ने कहा आपको वजन कम करना है. Gynecologist के पास यंग लड़कियां गई, पीरियड्स एबनॉर्मल है, उनने कहा आपको PCOD है, आपको वेट कम करना है. कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट के पास गए, कोलेस्ट्रॉल की प्रॉब्लम है, ये प्रॉब्लम है. गैस्ट्रो के पास गए, फैटी लिवर है. सबने एक ही चीज़ बोली, वज़न कम कीजिए, तुम खाना कम खाओ, तुम एक्सरसाइज ज़्यादा करो. So what does that mean? It actually is putting the stress on you, and over a period of time, you start believing, sorry, I'm not pointing a finger. So you start believing that it's all your fault. It's not your fault. You are contributing to it, but it's not your fault. So yes, now that we have solutions, and we'll talk briefly about the solutions also, that's where the media, the social media, everybody is talking so much more, to the point that we are dedicating ourselves in the next 45 minutes to an hour to this very important topic.
वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग एंड वेरी इंसाइटफुल. मेरा अगला क्वेश्चन आपसे कि वेट जिम में जाने के बाद थोड़ा सा कम कर लेते हैं, फूड की हैबिट्स भी थोड़ी चेंज कर देते हैं, 10-15 दिन बाद फिर से वही वेट आ जाता है, क्या करना चाहिए?
चलो, अब ये क्वेश्चन को मैं भी दो पार्ट में आंसर करता हूँ. द टू पार्ट्स ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन इज, व्हाट डिड शी जस्ट से. इंग्लिश में बोलते हैं, ठीक है,
हिंदी भी मिक्स कर सकते हैं सर?
नहीं, ये वर्ड्स बहुत ज़रूरी हैं, क्योंकि अभी सबकी वोकैबुलरी चेंज करवाने वाला हूँ मैं.
ओके.
शी यूज्ड 2 words. One was diet, correct? Everybody agrees? Please raise your hands. Ah, very attentive. Second word she used was exercise, correct? So we are indulging in some physical activity here. Now, this, according to me, I stand corrected, is a fundamental problem in how we are looking at the solutions. जैसी कोई भी डाइट बोलेगा ना, इमीडिएटली लगेगा नेक्स्ट चीज डॉक्टर साहब या न्यूट्रिशनिस्ट ये बोल रही हैं कि कम खाना खाओ, परहेज करो, ये मत खा, वो मत खा, वो मत खा. Now let's go back in life as a child. Did you love it when, okay, I'll put it on myself. I didn't really love it when my parents said, बेटे ये मत कर, वो मत कर, ये मत कर. Didn't, or even now, don't we people revolt against restrictions? How many agree? Yes. Now there is a partition here in the answers. Fine. So let's change the narrative today and forever for ourselves and everybody who's tuned in, and our families and our friends. From today we use the word, don't use the word diet, we use the word nutrition. अब से हम बॉडी को क्या देंगे जो बॉडी को चाहिए. You're allowed the fun, the happiness of life because food gives lots of it. You know, so many times it happens, आज mood अच्छा नहीं है, चल कुछ खा लूँ. There is science behind that. I'll come to that also because that is the core area of weight gain and weight loss. I'll come back to that. So our narrative has changed from diet to nutrition. Tick mark lag gaya. Second thing she said, exercise. So before starting the program, the crew here, we were generally talking कि घर पे जो treadmill होते हैं ना उसपे तो कपड़े ही सूखते हैं. So very recently I coined a word to replace exercise. I coined the word enjoyable physical movement. मुझे कोई किताब से थोड़ी ना पढ़ाना है. I have to connect with you. When I say enjoyable body movements gives you all the freedom of the universe to do anything. मैं अपनी OPD में क्या करता हूँ? I see 2 patients, I get up, go out and get the next patient's file. It doesn't change anything. But that's my way of enjoying. I love going out. I bought a treadmill recently and what's his name? And Deepak also bought a treadmill on 26th of January. He got the shop opened specially to buy it, and even in his house, the treadmill, the kapde latakte hain. So that's a secret. I apologize for letting out the secret here. So we have to enjoy what you're doing. कोई book definition नहीं है. So our definition of exercise has changed to enjoyable physical activity. Now, good way of doing that is keep your watches, your smart watches, your smartphones. Try to accumulate all of that. You can't exercise everything in one day. Like Sunday morning, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., I've accumulated 30,000 steps and then done and dusted. Your muscles have to have that memory of enjoying that physical movement. I've forgotten the question.
Now, my next question. Enjoyable moment.
Yeah.
अब ये mind जो है ना बहुत ही चालू चीज़ है, right? इसको कैसे कंट्रोल किया जाए कि ये enjoy कर रहे हैं हम, वो लगेगा कि एक्सरसाइज करना है, अच्छा डाइट कंट्रोल करना है, माइंड को भी तो रजिस्टर होना चाहिए.
So I will like a boulder, I will divert the flow of water into the direction I want.
Yeah.
So you said mind.
So people sitting over here, so we are talking about diet and nutrition and enjoyable
Let's get
moment.
into the mind game.
Of course.
Let's get into the mind game because it's all about our minds.
We need to change the mindsets as well.
We don't need to do anything. We just need to realize ourselves what we are, what we enjoy doing. And yes, I remembered your question. So we were talking about restrictive advice. Now the thing is, one part is do this, do that, do that. The second part is where will success comes in doing things the right way you want. Doing things the right way as I want. With the guidance of an expert. Or kya chahiye? You get comfort, you get convenience, you get safety, you get results what you want. But where we are fundamentally going wrong, we have created that straight line that आपने आज 200 calories कम खानी ही हैं. Humans by birth are free. You can't restrict them. Permissive advice has always worked, and I quote 25 years of my experience. I have evolved from being a very restrictive doctor to one who allows permissions, and my results are now the best. And you are happy, like you just smiled when I said permissive and the results are so good. This is exactly the people who are meeting every day. They show and they come back with the results. It's not just feeling good with that conversation. It's getting the results with permissions, because as a healthcare seeker, somebody who has a disease or comes for weight management, they come for solutions. So solutions is a very objective चीज. मुझे weight loss चाहिए, ये सब करना है. I'll stop there. Coming to this question about mind. It's all about mind. Let's jump on to hunger. Fine. This will be very interesting. So, can I ask a question? So the question would be that, is there only one kind of hunger we have? Anybody?
I think the hunger word which is commonly used is, of course, we are talking about the tummy, but other than that, we have emotional hunger. We have that so-called, like you said, that where the mind becomes easy, you want some entertainment. Then maybe sometimes you want relaxation. But I think probably in India's system, good, bad, ugly, whatever happens, हम खाने पे टूटते हैं. So that's where I think the mistake is. Hunger is something else, but we end up having physical hunger.
Absolutely right. Any additions to this? Because he has opened the Pandora's box. I will sort it out right now. No?
Anyone else?
Anji?
मैं फूड हंगर हूँ सर.
Okay, great. So,
कभी
in
अगर
a
मुझे
day.
बहुत भूख लग जाती तो नहीं मिलता ना तो मैं लड़ाई भी कर लेती.
Correct. So I will dwell on that thought too. So see, let's say hypothetically, मुझे दिन में 100 बार भूख लगती है. Those 100 times, how many times do you think that मेरी बॉडी को भूख चाहिए, मेरी बॉडी को कुछ चाहिए है, कैलोरीज चाहिए, न्यूट्रिशन चाहिए है. So I'll give you the choices. 10%, 20%, 50%, 60% of time. 100 में से. We have limited time, so let's have rapid fire. Or I'll start pointing fingers and asking. 25 is not the choice. 10, 20, 50, 60. 20. Next time you're not allowed to answer. You're
So I
giving
think
them all
for
right.
me, mentally speaking, if I look back, it's only 10%, but उस time ऐसा लगता है 60%, otherwise something will fall.
ये देखो, दिन में हमें 100 बार भूख लग रही है और उसमें से 20 बार हमें बॉडी को चाहिए है. That leaves us with what sir rightly said. Now the first kind of hunger is the body's hunger, what we call as homeostatic hunger. The centers driving you to eat food, and he rightly, when he was saying that, I don't know how many of you noticed, his hand was here. Yeah, it's my job to see everything. And this is where, next time this happens, all of you here and everybody who's joined in will know what's going on. And that's where the solution's coming. You feel hungry here. मैंने फ़ोन किया, मम्मी बहुत भूख लगी है. I reach home and there is karela, dal, सूखी roti. Why are you laughing? And dahi. I have that and I feel, mummy, maza aa gaya. Fine. This is the 10 or 20 hunger points in the day. But then I am driving back from the hospital where I've spent about 10 hours and I met about 100 people. Most of them were excellent consultations, but the last couple of consultations were very stressful to me. I'm like really stressed. So then, rather than calling up my mother, I call up my wife. मैं कहा मैं घर आ रहा हूँ. I'm very irritated and I've been fighting with people on the road, in the traffic, there are red lights, everything is going wrong. मैं घर आऊँगा ना, मुझे बर्गर खाना है. So what is this? Here, I'm feeling hungry here. I need to eat. Need. Here, there is a picture of a food, which is a burger. What emotion am I emitting is I want to eat. I like to eat. So that is the hunger of the mind, which constitutes most of the excess calories. जो mind की hunger आती है ना, वो calorie dense होती है. As sir rightly said, दुख में खाना, सुख में खाना, कुछ नहीं है फिर भी खाना. And there is science behind that. वो जो ग्लूकोज स्पाइक होता है ना, वो प्लेजर सेंटर्स को जाके स्टिमुलेट करता है, एंड यू से and then it becomes a habit and everything happens, and that's why we are back to our topic, weight and me. It's me who's contributing to that. It's me who needs to reduce it. It's me through whom the solution is going to come. That's why weight and me.
Right.
So, sir, in a way, we are saying a lot of it has got to do with the mind, and that's why you mentioned that, the word, instead of diet, look at nutrition, and look at playful and entertaining ways of, physical activity, and stress eating bhi hai, khushi mein bhi khana hai. So, if mind is so more important, and everyone thinks that it is the most difficult to control, the willpower, etc. So, where are we going today with this chat? What do you think is the solution? Because it looks like, okay, now we know the problem, but is it the only problem, the mind, or is it again going back to DNA, lifestyle, hormones? पहले आप हमें बता दें कि क्या-क्या problems and then maybe the solutions.
Right. So I think let's pick this up. Then in the next question, you can ask me what is the impact of weight on a person's health. So I planted the question because she told me she's prepared very difficult questions. So I'm just protecting myself from that. So see, the vital pillars for weight management are nutrition, fitness, drugs, and cognitive behavioral therapy. Fortunately and unfortunately, it's an extremely great way of managing weight by targeting the mind, the way we behave, the way we interact with food. However, at this point of time, we lack the expertise in number of people and people who are trained in that field to deliver cognitive behavioral therapy. So we'll do a pass on that, but it's very important because if I say that out of the 60 to 80% of the genes which lead to obesity, if I say that most of them are located in the brain near the hunger center, which are driving those behaviors leading you to eat more calorie dense food. So how do I change that? We have to rewire the way we think, we behave, we interact with food, and reduce what we call as food noise. And finally, the simplest thing, I kept it for the end, are the newer medications. What she very fondly calls as the magic of weight management, correct? Okay.
Social media calls it magic.
Yeah, it is. It is. Let's get on to that now because I'm sure everybody joined in is really looking forward.
Of course.
Let's not deny them this very
True.
important thing.
They are waiting for.
Yes.
So now, how important is genetics? We talk about thyroid, PCOD, PCOS. So when the thyroid is there, the weight loss journey is very slow. So please tell us about it.
Excellent question, and this question is very, very relevant to young ladies for whom weight and me is very, very important. We know the direction in which or why it is important, and the fact that thyroid happens more commonly in young ladies. So this combination is very relevant. Now there are a few myths there that all the weight gain is happening because of thyroid. The metabolism slows down. This is a casual way in which we may be able to, convey that the relation of weight gain and thyroid. If it was true that all the weight gain with hypothyroid is related to it, then once you treat it to target, all the weight loss should happen. It doesn't happen that way. Yes, it's like the thyroid hormone gives you a kickstart to your metabolism. If the thyroid is uncontrolled, the chances that your honest efforts towards losing weight will be successful are less. But once you treat it, the same efforts will give you better results. However, they may be lesser than somebody who doesn't have a thyroid. So we should distract and never just dwell and give a kind of a take-home message कि आपको thyroid है, आपका weight loss नहीं होएगा. Because they're already swimming in that the cultural aspect of thyroid and weight gain.
So you were talking about the major part is genetics.
Genetics is the base, and genetics involves everything. The hunger, the pancreas, the liver, the muscles, the fat cells, where the fat is, how much the fat is. You find excess weight running in the families. Now the defects are multiple. It's a multifactorial metabolic disorder. It's not one thing.
So what kind of patients come to you?
I'm at Medanta, so we have 14 floors and we have OPDs in all floors, meaning I see patients from all specialities, and I get people coming to me specially for weight loss, which is a rare thing in institutional practice, but I've literally dedicated 3 decades of my professional career to that, and so I do get.
So what's your procedure, if I come straight on the answer?
Walk in.
Walk in and he'll change your life, and with a positive spirit, I think.
Yeah.
So, sir, since you mentioned, with females in hormonal age, early age is important, but especially in our Indian society, when there is a good news in the family, the whole family is focusing on the bahu to feed the bahu and feed a lot of good things supposedly. And when the kid is born, the baby is born, then the plumpier the baby, the better or healthier or happier. And then suddenly it starts to become a problem we don't realize, maybe in 20s or 30s and 40s. So what do you think is the right way to bring up this human being into the earth? And when should one get serious about extra weight?
So again, your question has 2 parts. I'll answer them very briefly. Our culture is great. Our Indian culture of doing all these things during pregnancy, after childbirth is great. But the problem, what is happening is our interpretation of that culture has gone wrong. Our mothers, our grandmothers, everybody before us, they've lived through it. And they have done it all, and nothing happened to them. So I believe it's not right to point a finger on my culture. It's rather than look inside of me and see that, boss, I think we need to do things right, respect our culture, because the culture is full of it.
So somewhere you think we have messed it up, or
we have not done anything. We are not consciously. I will never consciously try to harm ourselves, but it's the environment. A very simple thing. As children, how many times did you see that bright yellow M sign? McDonald's. With a bright red background. So from 10 kilometers, you're on the highway, आपकी immediately आँख जाएगी उस पे. Now this is how hunger is initiated. I purposely took this example to tell us what happens. So if I see right there, I see a yellow or a bright green colored pack of chips. What has it incited in my mind is hunger, hedonic hunger, emotional hunger. यार मज़ा आएगा ये खाने में. Once, as human beings, once you start wanting something, you will get it. It's not a need. कि चल यार आज नहीं खाऊंगा. It's wanting. So we're back to that. The cultural part, it's our interpretation. We need to take care of that. And obviously, पहले लोग इतना घी खाते थे, इतना ये सब करते थे. They used to be so physically active. Now the 2 things which are big differentiators, which really need to be worked on, is stress and sleep and environmental pollution. Genetics तो भाई हमारी वैसी की वैसी ही हैं. It will take centuries for the genetics of a society to change. But what has changed? It's been how many years this building is there?
5 years.
So what was there before that? You see, so on and so forth.
Yeah, so of course I think, yeah.
So sleep,
Genetics.
stress, environment. These are the major contributors. Why? You raise this question, are cultural practices really worth it?
So you feel that, yes, the culture that we have, especially in India, there's nothing wrong with it. But the way we are adopting the Western cultures or the way our lifestyle is today is what is leading to this challenge. So,
Sleep and stress are the biggest contributors. Something which I tell most people when they ask me why this has happened, I said I have solutions to 3, to your nutrition, to your fitness, to the medications. But I will just tell you that it's stress and sleep and you got to take care of it.
So stress, of course, everyone links it to heart disease.
Oh yes.
And sleep is, overall considered as, it's good for everyone, it's important for everyone, but we never linked it to weight. If you could dwell a little bit more on stress.
We are back
sleep linked
to
to-
the hunger center. The hunger center, the emotion centers are, sitting just next to each other. We're sitting next to each other. So we are influencing each other. I am influencing you or guiding you, or you are guiding me for the answers. I'm guiding you for the questions. So that's what happens. It is not exclusive. It is inclusive. The environment, what we're feeling. So I'm looking at everybody. I'm seeing some are very interested, some are lesser interested, but everybody is interested here. So it varies. The environment is a major factor, and everything finally is funneling down through the hunger, if you really ask me. That's the easiest way to look at it, and then we give a solution for the hunger.
So, when the patients come to you, what kind of a diet chart you give to
Oh,
them?
I just said I am a
What?
permissive.
Nutrition. Yes.
Thank you very much. So I have at least one person who's converted, yes,
Okay.
one follower.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong in a diet chart, but with the newer therapies, our understanding, I would spend more time in making people understand what do you need to give your body. Because once, I'll jump line here, once you're on medications which have already altered your hunger, you're consuming less. So then it's time to consume the food as a nutrition, including your carbohydrates, fats, proteins, micronutrients and everything. That's the time to do that, because we're no more fighting hunger now. We're giving nutrition for a good health. Because diet charts, if I may be allowed to say, are destined to fail.
So sir, I've read a few places as well that nutrition, as you also mentioned, is the key, and nutrition can actually also help you in controlling your mind. So when you need protein, when you need fat, when you need carbs, these all are a bit scientific than we just think. Is there any more science to it, or is just still a developing study?
It's as simple as you said it. We need to, depends on, so one, we're talking about a healthy person who does not have a disease. That's how we define health. कि इसको बीमारी नहीं है. But then I always look at a person with his wellness score. The wellness is the physical and the mental health, because the weight impacts both. So one is that part of it, but as simply as you said, good proportions of these. So like somebody who has an abnormal lipid profile or a cholesterol or a high TG, you cut down on the fats. Does not mean don't give any fats. The quantum of your, and all of our human body is what, a cell. Cell की membrane किस चीज से बनी होती है? Fat and cholesterol. Just a very simple way, and this is how I would be communicating with somebody who's with me. You have to understand nothing is bad. We have learned to make two buckets, good food and bad food. Food is food, it's how you are consuming it, how I am consuming it, makes it good or bad as an impact on our health. And then somebody else is consuming the same amount of food and not gaining weight, not getting into those kind of health problems. Here genetics is back, we're back to genetics. We get everything back there. So it's a balance. Everything is individualized in chronic care. Guidelines are there just to tell us, okay, this is a blueprint, now you color it yourself.
So where does India stands today in terms of obesity?
Yeah, so nothing to be very proud of, that all non-communicable diseases, be it diabetes, blood pressure, heart disease, and the starting point for most of these diseases is obesity. A very peculiar thing, yes, all of them are rising to mammoth proportions, something which the healthcare system is not geared to manage. If I say there are crores of people, how many doctors are there? What is the healthcare infrastructure to take care of them? We are not geared up for that. The numbers are amazingly large with so many zeros that I really can't count on that. And it's growing. So if you go back 100 years, it was growing like this. Last 20 to 30 years, it's climbing like this. That's what is happening. And we know the reasons. Genetic base, environment, stress, everybody is stressed. बच्चा पैदा होता है, अब इसको कौन सा profession में डालना है? Infants, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years old are hooked onto the phone. I'm not calling it good or bad. This is exactly what is perpetuating these cycles of obesity and all non-communicable diseases.
So, sir, what is, we say sometimes, we learn a lot of good things, we follow them for few days, few weeks, and then suddenly or slowly it fizzes off. And since there's a mind switch, there's a DNA switch, so many things are happening in our body. How do we make sure that whatever good habits are there, or whatever are the basics, how can we have them sustainable for life?
I really thank you for asking this question, but because it reminds me, you asked me one question, that why does weight come back?
Yes.
That was my first question.
She forgot. So I'm the one who's very, very awake. I had my almonds in the morning. So I linked these two things. So a very common question. Why does weight come back? So being at Medanta, the average number of, again, with due respect, number of failures that people have been through before they reach me ranges between 6 to 10 efforts, honest efforts of weight loss. So my difficulty level actually starts here. Now, why does weight come back? We've talked lots about genetics. We've understood genetics is important. Now, another aspect of genetics is each one of us sitting in this area has got a different set point. What you can casually call as a adipostat. Adipo is fat, and stat to pata hai, thermostat or whatever stat. So each one of us sitting in this room has our set point to a certain level of weight, amount of fat your body needs to house by genetics. So when you lose weight, the body says, ये तो calorie की deficiency होगी, famine आ गया है. So in response to that, it does three things. Two of them are temporary, one of them is permanent. One, it will increase your appetite. भूख ज़्यादा लग रही है. Second, it reduces the satiety. पेट ही नहीं भर रहा है मेरा तो. Third, now these two are temporary. In our lives till now, every day our appetite and satiety keeps on changing. Third thing which happens, what causes weight gain is, हमारा resting metabolic rate, that goes down. And resting metabolic rate is the amount of calories you burn for your vital functions. And that contributes the major chunk of your calorie burn in a day. जब मैं उसको नीचे कर दूंगा ना, करो जो करना है, your weight will increase. So, through today's program, we must emphasize in this fact, if there's something good we need to do with weight management, make one effort and make it a lifelong effort. Show your dedication, because your body is tuned in such a way that you will keep on gaining weight. And then meet your healthcare provider and let them be with you, support you through this journey. So I hope I've answered both.
So you would say that instead of just playing with options or trying various options, have one or two good things and continue them for life, so that the number 3, your metabolic rate does not play with
and
you.
It will permanently go down. वो वापस नहीं आएगा.
Wow.
And another aspect, I think this is a warning sign for everybody tuned in and everybody sitting here. Each time you lose weight, you're very happy. On the kilogram loss, a large percentage of that kilogram loss is fat loss. But a portion of that is muscle mass loss. Muscle gaya to gaya. And your health, your future health, your longevity, all diseases has a direct relationship with muscle. So anybody and everybody who is on their journey of weight loss must take care of their muscles. Don't just focus on losing kilograms on the weighing scale. Again, this requires an expert advice. It requires certain equipment to see your muscle mass and fat mass. Yeah.
Sure, I think that's for sure very important, and it's across age groups, would you say, or sir, more in the young muscle loss is more in the young or more in the old, and how would you help us today with a little bit more on the muscle loss part?
Yeah, so there is a biological programming as we grow in age. The muscle mass is programmed, it keeps on coming down. So somebody who is much younger and somebody who is a little older, the chances of them losing muscle mass would be more than in the younger. But again, it's very relevant for both of them. Somebody who's 75 years or somebody who's 17 years, their muscle mass here at 70 years, to preserve it or to build it, is even more important. Yeah.
All right, so shall we come to the rapid fire round now?
I think before the rapid fire, the most important question of today, the magic pills or magic, what's happening in the medical field in terms of measurement and in terms of treatments, and what are the pros and cons, if you can in short tell us, because I'm sure science does bring a lot of good things to life, but they could come with a pinch of salt.
So as a healthcare provider, I don't use the word magic or miracle. However, somebody comes to me with a list of health problems and we use these medications, the newer medications, they lose excellent amount of weight, their diabetes remits. HbA1c शुरू किया 8 से, अब हो गया 5.6. Remission of diabetes. They had advanced fatty liver disease. After a year, their fatty liver disappears. You know what they say when they come to my room? What do they say? Sir, ये तो जादू हो गया. जादू is what? Magic? हम इतने साल से ये कर रहे थे, ये अब हो गया. ये तो miracle हो गया. So if somebody says that, I will accept it. But as a healthcare provider, obviously I would never use. It gives a kind of false kind of thing that like a carrot thing. We never do that. Never give expectations, but tell the reality. So in the shortest summary, these drugs promise to provide safe, effective, durable weight loss. They've got excellent benefits as far as blood glucose control is concerned. They have beneficial effects on the blood pressure, their lipid profile, and beyond that, and independent of these 4 things, they help to protect the organs, the 4 main organs being the heart, the liver, the kidney, and the brain.
And the brain.
And the brain, yeah. So one of these drugs, they're doing trials in neurodegenerative diseases. अब थोड़ा सा और spectrum wide कर देते हैं. That these newer group of drugs, we still haven't come out with the names. These drugs also, in some people, make them distasteful to alcohol and to tobacco. Yes, yeah, see the smile. But again, you don't recommend them. It does happen, and again, ongoing trials and this thing for their use as de-addiction medication. So that's the entire spectrum, starting from weight loss, where we started, to organ protection, which is independent of weight loss. And that's where your statement of a miracle or a magic is very well qualified.
Or to say the least, it is a boon for sure.
Yes, absolutely. But when used in the right place, by the professional, with the indications for weight loss, then it will give you the results. And they are intended for long-term use.
Sure, absolutely. And just for everyone's information, you know, it is a boon for sure, and you're saying it can be beneficial in not one, but 4 main organs and some other good effects as well.
Yes.
But any other than, of course, the medical advice is it should be prescribed through the right process. Any simple precautions that any person should know of,
So,
other than what will be told by the doctors?
so because
Any common myth buster? So to
yeah,
say.
so myth busters are not myths, misuse.
Sure.
Somebody has a marriage in the family, they want to lose like 5 kgs to fit into a dress, and they have a function on the beach. You know what kind of clothes we're looking at. So you want to lose 5 kgs. You put in a lot of efforts of diet, this thing, and you then say, I want to take this medicine to lose 5 kgs of weight. That's not done. We don't know, is that harmful for you or not? Well, I'm not wrong in saying that it can be. We don't know. So that's the kind of things we need to caution, and being on the media and the social media on such a platform, I think it's worthwhile to share these kind of things. These medications are intended for medical use. They should not be promoted or prescribed or taken ad lib for cosmetic purposes. That I would really talk against, and a big caution for anybody who does these things, because you go on the social media, you will find the negative parts or the side effect parts of it, which is out of bounds of today's discussion. But these drugs do have side effects, and they have to be monitored. So all people I prescribe these drugs, they go through a rigorous safety assessment. There are 4 or 5 organs we look at: the pancreas, the gallbladder, the eyes, the thyroid. These have to be assessed before prescribing these drugs. There's a way of prescribing it. Nausea, vomiting, loose motions are kind of side effects. So somebody who has experience in these drugs, who knows how to navigate the patients through them, they should be the ones prescribing these drugs.
So just one, since these medications, newer age medications, they are still expensive for, long-term use. What would you suggest, for example, what should be the minimum time you use them or the maximum time you use? And what are the lifestyle changes to make so that it can be, again, sustainable?
So right at the beginning, she started off by saying this is $1 million question. Wait, now I'm adding another $1 million to that, to this very question. Whoever gives an answer to this, that you take it for X time interval, you stop it, and you don't gain weight, has become a trillionaire, or I don't know beyond that, overnight. Because that's the truth. So both with Ozempic, Wegovy, and Mounjaro, now I'm taking the names because everybody knows about them. The companies did these trials to answer your question. So halfway through the trial, they stopped the medications and divided them into two, continued them in half, and the rest of them continued. And they found that those who stopped the medications gained weight. But the limit was they were only followed up for a certain period of time. We don't know for long term will they regain their entire weight or cross the weight where they started off with is unknown. So that duration of therapy is totally unknown. However, I'm not allowed to share this on this platform, but we are developing ways, including using cognitive behavioral therapy to train people in those months or years or whatever that they're on. They rewire their brains, change their relationship with food, so that once we wean off these medications, we may be able to, give a long-term solution for weight management. So in the next maybe few years, we'll be sitting here and discussing something more.
Amazing. So there's more coming.
Yeah.
Great. So let's come back to the rapid fire round.
Sure.
Are you ready?
A sip of water.
Okay. So my first question, your answer should be in one word. Yeah. One biggest myth about weight you would like to burst.
One word.
Yeah. अभी ज़्यादा हो जाएगा नहीं तो. Only
No
one
problem.
word. No problem.
No problem.
Next question.
You have me.
One food item that you recommend everyone,
Oh, these are difficult.
or would recommend everyone.
No answer.
No answer. Good.
One word definition of obesity.
Weight and me. Your weight, your health.
It's you. And one habit that you would like everyone to inculcate?
Mindfulness in
Mindful.
everything you do.
Lovely. Beautiful.
Weighing scale or measuring tape? Which tells the truth better?
Measuring tape.
Next.
Even though you just mentioned about mindfulness, but biggest stress buster, which you think could be for everyone?
Live your life as you want to.
Be yourself.
Be
Own it.
yourself.
One daily
Nice.
habit everyone should adopt for healthy weight.
सुबह जल्दी उठो.
In one sentence, the future of weight management.
This I can answer in one word. Amazing. That's the future. It's amazing.
Right. So now we are open for the audience. Can you please give the mic
Thank
to
you.
the audience? Any one or two questions? Last.
Oh, we have a nutritionist asking a question.
Hello sir, dietitian Iti this side. I was one of your students long back in 2017 in Medanta. So that from there I have come long way. But the major challenge remains that we as healthcare providers have to start from scratch to explain people that okay, they are desperate about their weight. So what would you like to address the crowd, to everyone, that yes, you are desperate about the weight, but losing weight the healthy way is so important. And in the world of social media and influencers, and they start comparing that other person lost so much weight in such a small amount of time, and that is not healthy. And we coming from healthcare background, they are not ready to listen to us. They are ready to listen to what they see. So how do you establish the difference?
So I have an offer for her that she gets a paid holiday of 15 days and she spends the OPD for those 15 days with me. You'll get all the answers because it's impossible. This is hands-on. This is what is happening because each person who you meet is different. You know it. You're a part of the team. Everybody is different, and these are very, very relevant things that all of us face every day. It's like, uska ज़्यादा हुआ है, इसका कम हुआ है. And you also mentioned something about media and social media is kind of modulating the way people think, believe, and act on medical information. one thing let me tell you is again, I say it very seriously to my patients, but they laugh at it, that, okay, doctor, I read this on the social media, they'll show me the post and this thing. What would be the normal response of a doctor to this? What would be the normal response? It would be a negative response,
Yes,
they'll get
absolutely.
angry.
Yes.
But see, how can you turn it around? And I tell them, please, I am thankful to the media and social media and putting all this information where millions of people have read it and they've become aware of that and responsibly come back to me to get an answer. You are getting empowered by that influencer or whoever who put whatever information. Let's not say good, bad. Information is information. Like food. So that's how we need to, it's a skill, it's an art. It cannot come from the textbook. So I just got you a 15-day paid leave.
Paid working leave.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, working.
All right.
She'll
Any
be
other?
she'll be geotagged.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, thank you, Dr. Waseer, first of all. I don't have a question. I just want to add something here. So, what Dr. Waseer mentioned about weight loss, I am currently in a journey with him. I can't say more than that. But what I can tell you is it actually works pretty crazy. I mean, I never thought post-COVID I'll ever be able to reverse what has happened to me post-COVID. Everything changed. Massive weight gain happened, and I couldn't get it. Throughout my life, I had been a swimmer. I used to do a lot of physical work here and there. But in 45 days, he did things in a very common way. Like, you don't have to go out of your way to do stuff. The medicines he's talking about, I tried. It works. It's so far harmless, I would say. There's one in the fridge also right now. I just wanted to show it to him. But yeah, medical science has come very, very far. And I think very eternally thankful to you for what you have done for me. And if anybody needs help, I think there's a way ahead that you can take. So that's all. That's the
Great.
reason.
And great, and I could see the
Let's hear it
difference.
for him.
Thank you.
Yeah. The last question.
I have a simple question coming from the last point where he said mindfulness and I mean, one of the key elements and what she also added. I think the weight loss problem is more of a social problem. As Varun said, it comes more from a look. But when we have to address it, it's a personal problem. So there's always a fight. Like you said, do what you like. So it means I have to live on my own. But the society, there's so much pressure from everybody around, including your own family and kids and friends. ये करो, ये ना करो, कोई कुछ भी आप कर रहे हो तो there are 100 other advices available. But certainly I want to do something what I love to do. And you said enjoyable time outside. अगर मैं करता हूँ walk करो तो बंदा कहता है exercise करो तो बोलता नहीं yoga करो, yoga वाला बोलता नहीं physio करो, physio वाला बोलता है नहीं धूप में जाके दौड़ो. So how do we address all this so-called 1,000 advices and I'm still at the mercy of everybody. What I want to do.
No, it's amazing what your insights into all of this are really amazing because it's so akin to what I practice. So I'm that much more happier in hearing these things. So restrictions obviously will never work. Mindfulness. One thing that I purposely didn't touch in today's session is what we call as weight bias and stigma. I'll just give you 30 seconds an example of a person's journey from birth to wherever they are. बच्चा पैदा होता है तो दादी, दादा, नानी, नाना कहते हैं बच्चे के गाल लाल टमाटर जैसे होने चाहिए और लटकने चाहिए. Everybody is very happy. बच्चा चलने लगा, बड़ा हुआ. आज की डेट में अब तो फ़ोन आ गया है, फिजिकल एक्टिविटी ख़त्म हो गई. What is easy, gratifying, the food, chips, all these things. Now that child goes on to school, becomes a little physically active and this thing. 8वीं 10वीं क्लास तक सब फिट, 10th में आ गए बोर्ड्स में पढ़ाई का करा प्रेशर, वेट बढ़ गया, ठीक है, अभी गर्लफ्रेंड बनी नहीं है। फिर 11वीं 12वीं में आया तो कंपटीशन शुरू हो गए, प्रेशर, स्ट्रेस, अब क्या करना है। कॉम्पिटिशन्स होए, अच्छी जगह एडमिशन मिल गई, फिर गर्लफ्रेंड भी बन गई, फिर उसने कहा कि तुम्हारा वेट बहुत बड़ा है। सी द सेम चाइल्ड हु वाज अप्रिशिएटेड फॉर दैट एक्सेस वेट नाउ इज बीन डिमीन्ड, I use the word demeaned, for his excess weight. Then he looks around his peer groups, his college, this, that. Then that person becomes, starts his job. He starts traveling in public transport. वो बस में घुसता है, वो हवाई जहाज में जाता है. People looking at him like this. Have we people done that ourselves? Don't answer to me, answer to yourself. That is weight bias and stigma, what you were talking about, the society and me. That's the other aspect. That's the other part of this very universe of obesity or excess weight or whatever you call it. And that again is one of the factors that weight management is a very, very big issue. Sorry I overstepped my time, but it's a very big area of passion for me. So I can't stop on that.
I think it has been an amazing 1 hour where, you've literally, inked or tattooed the word me first of all, because there is environment, there is genes, there are a lot of things going on in this world, good and bad, but ultimately what will work for me, what will work for someone else could be different. Second, I think what we've understood is that I have to empower myself, I have to take care of myself and not look around or depend too much on others. And third, I think the mindfulness. So I think me and mindfulness is what we are taking home. If you would love to add as to what we have learned today, I think that'll be great.
Controlling on the hunger part, what he discussed about, and I think the first question, answer, all around 1 hour. कि वेट वापस क्यों आ जाता है?
It will
So I think
come.
if we look at things positively, instead of diet, it's a small thing. Nutrition, instead of exercise, it is playful, fun things.
Of course.
So many things can change for us. I think we are very, very grateful for your smart words and very beautifully directed, toughest topic of this world, of not just India. And thank you so very much.
I really enjoyed it and I appreciate all of you to have me here. And I loved all of you patiently listening to me, except a few who had slept off. I can't see them anyway. But a big thanks to all of you for having me here. I hope that through today's program, even one of you gets a benefit. I believe we've done a great job. And I'm sure lots more would get a benefit out of that. So signing off, thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. Thanks a lot for coming on the show. All right.